All right, we're here. Good morning. No coffee, no audience. Good morning. How you doing? I'm Brian, and I just woke up a little bit ago. I'm waiting on my coffee to brew. So this has been a morning so far. How is your morning going? I have a regular show to do. Sort of. Hi, I'm Brian. I'm a poet. It's Thursday morning. Oh, and I just woke up, no coffee. So just bear with me here. I'm going to play a song until my coffee gets done. Hey, Irish. Hey, Fila. And Jennifer. And then there were three. How are y'all doing this morning? All right. I'm serious. I woke up like 10 after. Yeah, it was after 6. Usually, it's rare for me. And it's like, okay, go down to the store. You get coffee. You get back. No, I'm making my own. It's on the brew in there. And for some reason, no coffee, no breakfasts, no nothing. So my puppies are pissed at me because I don't have no breakfast for them to beg for. Well, right now they're treating me with indifference. So here. All right, so what are we here for? We are here for poetry because I'm a poet. And we're going to play some poetry as music. Yes, like you see, I'm not in my... Am I in a better mood today? I don't know. I've only got up so far. Oh, hey, Sophia. Oh, no, I'm still cynical. I'm just really tired. All right, so what are we going to do today? We are going to explore these new poems. Let me pull up and get everything. Yeah, because I was going to do another free play today, but I was like, nah. I got my work done yesterday for school, so I was just like, I got some time. And I put together a show right quick. And then was up late doing up later for me, doing a panel with Keela and them. All right, there it goes. All right, this is the very first one we're going to do. The fourth part of Fairyland, Fairyland 4 by William Shakespeare. And then Cruelly Love. Maybe I'm not in a better mood. I don't know. Cruelly Love, E.E. Cummings. Then Anne Sexton's The 8th of August. This one is going to be spicy, I think. Oh, no. And then Love Came to Flora. This is a new one. Toro Dutt, a poet from India. So one of the people the British colonized. And then Longing, Matthew Arnold. And Fable, Dorothy Parker. We haven't done a Dorothy Parker in a while. So what do you think? Well, I am going to go ahead and start playing the first one because today's tracks are actually relatively, good. Like we got no short ones, we got no long ones. Yeah, might be. Let's just find out now, shall we? Just like I said, I am not informed today.
Where the bee sucks, there suck I. In a cow's lips spell I lie. There I couch when owls do cry. On the bat's back I do fly. After summer merrily, merrily, merrily shall I live now under the blossom that hangs
sucks, there suck I. In a cowslip's bell I lie. There I couch when owls do cry. On the bat's back I do fly. After summer merrily, merrily, merrily shall I live now. Under the blossom that hangs on the bough. On the bat's back I do fly. After summer merrily, merrily, merrily shall I live now. Under the blossom that hangs on the bough.
All right. All right. George and Bella decide to go out. They want to go out. So bear with me here. All right. So what do y'all think of that one? Yeah. At least I got my coffee now. I guess on these two, you guys are going to have to let me know. Puppies, you know. Oh, yeah. Okay. Well, I'm going to have to get another notebook. Let's go ahead and play the next one. And I'm on. All right, this one's a little longer. I'm going to go check on my puppies. Tell me what y'all think. One or two.
Where the bee sucks, there suck I. In a cowslip's bell I lie. There I couch when owls do cry. On the bat's back I do fly. After summer merrily, merrily, merrily shall I live now. Under the blossom that hangs on the bough. Where the bee sucks, there suck I. In a cowslip's bell I lie. There I couch when owls do cry. On the bat's back I do fly. I do fly. After summer merrily, merrily, merrily shall I live now. Under the blossom that hangs on the bough. Under the blossom that hangs on the bough. Merrily I. Under the bee sucks, there suck I. In a cowslip's bell I lie. There I couch when owls do cry. On the bat's back I do fly. After summer merrily, merrily, merrily shall I live now, under the blossom that hangs on the bough.
All right. Okay. Where were we? Aha! Ah! There I am. See, it's too early in the morning, and I. All right, so 2. Okay, 2 for this one. Okay, 2 for this one. So yeah. All right. Let's see here. Yes, have a good day. Have a good holiday. Say hi to your family from us. Yeah, everybody's saying have awesome. And good morning, Joe, or afternoon where you're at. And then we've got Hal's. How is it going, Indigo? How art thou? Yeah, well, okay. Yeah, I kind of knew 2 was better right from the first opening chords. So here, this is our E.E. Cummings one. Love, cruelly love, cruelly love. Yeah.
dustily to the people for winter who crookedly care.
All right. I am not on my game this morning at all. At all. So that was pretty good. Oh, I don't know. The 3 responses are suck it up and don't go or find another job. I don't know. I like it. I'm joking, Hals. When I worked, I never wanted to go to work. But I don't work now. I go to school. That's my job. And I'm having fun. I hope you guys are having fun. All right, so what do y'all think of that one? Oh, the coffee is not kicked in yet. All right, we are going to play the second version of Cruelly Love.
Walk the autumn long, the last flower in whose hair their lips are cold with songs, for which is first to wither, to pass. Shallowness of sunlight falls, and cruelly across the grass comes the moon.
Love, walk the autumn.
Love, for the last flower in the hair withers.
Thy hair is a cold with dreams. Love, thou art frail. Walk the longness of autumn. Smile dustily to the people for winter who crookedly care.
Love, walk the autumn. Love, for the last flower in the hair withers. Thy hair is a cold with dreams.
Love,
Thou art frail.
the longness of autumn. Smile dustily to the people for winter who crookedly care. Long walk the longness of autumn. Smile dustily to the people for winter who crookedly care.
All right, so what do y'all think of those? I like one. I don't know. One was cool. Number 2 was good too. I don't know. And like I said, I ain't off my game. This is about a third of the way through my first cup of coffee. All right. If it's my only cup of coffee today, then it's my only one. But I've got reading and writing to do today. So I got about 30 pages of reading to do in these two books, 1 page in this and 29 in this. And I got to write some notes about it. Ugh. All right, so we are in agreement. Number 1. Okie dokie. Let's see how long this one is. Ooh, our Ann Sexton one here. August 8th. Here we go.
Do not be indiscreet or unconventional. Play it safe. Listen here, I've never played it safe. In spite of what the critics say, ask my imaginary brother, that waif, that childhood best friend who comes to play. Dress up and stick up in jacks and pick up sticks. Bike downtown, stick out tongues at the Catholics. Or form a piss club where we all go in the bushes and peek at each other's sex. Pop gun in the streetlights like crows, not knowing what to do with funny Kotex. So wearing it in our school shoes, friend, spooking my lonely hours. You were there, but pretend. And I do not be indiscreet or unconventional. Play it safe. Listen here, I've never played it safe. In spite of what the critics say, ask my imaginary brother, that waif, the childhood best friend who comes to play. Dress up and stick up in jacks and pick up sticks. Bike downtown, stick out tongues at the Catholics. Or form a peace club where we all go in the bushes and peek at each other's sex. Pop gun in the streetlights like crows, not knowing what to do with funny Kotex. So wearing it in our school shoes, friend, spooking my lonely hours. You were there, but pretend. Pretend.
Yeah, you heard right. Ooh, yeah, there's a. I like a good beef broth smell. Good morning, pizza. How's it going, dude? I thought you bugged out on us. You missed yesterday's show. Yesterday's show, I was freaking in a cynical mood, so go back and watch it and you'll understand why. I played a lot of heavy stuff. So yeah. I see. We know and love Ann Sexton around here. And let's read a little bit. This poem is a personal and defiant reflection on the poet's childhood and the ways in which she challenged societal norms. Yes, no wonder we like a good rebel around here. The good kind. Not the bad kind. All right. Although I really think that one needs a female voice. Maybe this one is.
And do not be indiscreet or unconventional. Play it safe.
Listen here, I've never played it safe. In spite of what the critics say, ask my imaginary brother that wave, that childhood best friend who comes to play. Dress up and stick up in jacks and pick up sticks. Bike downtown, stick out tongues at the cats, or form a piss club. Go in the bushes and peek at each other's sex. Pop gunning the street lights like crows, not knowing what to do with funny texts. So wearing it in our school shoes, friend, spooking my lonely hours. You were there, but pretend. Listen here, I've never played it safe. In spite of what the critics say, ask my imaginary brother that wave, the childhood best friend who comes to play. Dress up and stick up in jacks and pick up sticks. Bike downtown, stick out tongues at the Catholics, or form a piss club where we all go in the bushes and peek at each other's sex. Pop gunning the street lights like crows, not knowing what to do with funny cotex. So wearing it in our school shoes, friend, spooking my lonely hours. You were there, but pretend.
All right. Now, yes, definitely too. Because, yeah, but it needs a female vocal. So I'm going to redo that one with a female vocal. All right, we will see here what we got. Oh, yeah, people were asking about you earlier. And they were saying, we hope she slept in for once. Yes, you liked the indie vibe of that one. Track number 2, yeah, I'm going to agree. Track number 2 was better than track number 1. Swing shifts. That's something I'm glad I've never had a job or anywhere where I had to do that. You know, there's usually one shift when I worked those type of jobs, a variable shift when I did like delivery. And when I was in the Navy, I just worked whenever they told me to. All right, let's see. This is. I just received my print of artwork. My friend Hugh, who is in We're Not Scared of Robots. Cool, good. I'm assuming We're Not Scared of Robots is a band. Hey, if Pizza likes it, then, you know, it's got to be good. All right. pizza. All right, so what do y'all think of those? It's definitely, that was good. Definitely about, what did you say here, Sophia? Fitting in with society is not the way to live your life. If you wouldn't have been burned as a witch centuries ago, you need to start living. Yeah, but they're wanting to do that again, Burn the witches. It doesn't have to be, yeah. It seems like we're regressing in some ways, but that's cool. Not that's cool, we're regressing, but yes, that is awesome. Just make sure they pay you well. All right. We are in the second half of the show. This is Love Comes to Flora. All right. Okay, this poem, a dialogue between love and the goddess of flowers, Flora, explores the ideal of beauty through the metaphor of flowers. Oh boy.
Love came to Flora, asking for a flower that would of flowers be undisputed queen. The lily and the rose long, long had been rivals for that high honor, bards of power had sung their claims. The rose can never tower like the pale lily with her Juno mien. But is the lily lovelier thus between? Flower factions rang the strife in Psyche's bower. Give me a flower delicious as the rose, and stately as the lily in her pride. But of what color rose red love first chose, then prayed no lily white or both provide. And Flora gave the lotus rose red dyed, and lily white the queenliest flower that blows. Give me a flower delicious as the rose, and stately as the lily in her pride. But of what color rose red love first chose, then prayed no lily white or both provide. And Flora gave the lotus rose red dyed, and lily white the queenliest flower that blows. Oh, blows. Oh, blows.
They're trying. There's actually a a movement going on to ban all birth control. I'm talking. They're probably even thinking about banning condoms. You know, they can do it with the Comstock Act. So it's not far from banning birth control to burning witches. Let's go here. Yes, and we are happy to have you around too, Hals. Without you and everybody else in this community, I wouldn't be going to school now. You know, I wouldn't be as good as I am up here. Just despite everything, you know. The boss fired somebody, not for incompetence, not for being unsafe, but for excessive tardiness. I'm the unlucky one. Well, yeah, excessive tardiness. It sounds like a sci-fi movie, not the band. If you want to, Joe, put some links to their stuff in the chat so we can, so people can check them out. You know. Yes. Swing shift sucks. Hopefully you get compensated extra for it. At least like an extra 25 cents an hour. All right, let's play. Okay, this is our longest one. I lied. There is a 4-minute one. It says 3 minutes and 59 seconds. So, right, here we go. This is the longest of our show. Let's play it.
Love came to Flora, asking for a flower that would of flowers be undisputed queen. The lily and the rose long had been rivals for that high honor. Bards of power had sung their claims. The rose can never tower like the pale lily with her Juno mien. But is the lily lovelier? Thus between flower factions rang the strife in Psyche's bower. Give me a flower delicious as the rose and stately as the lily in her pride. But of what color rose red love first chose, then prayed no lily white or both provide. And Flora gave the lotus rose red dyed, and lily white the queenliest flower that blows. and Flora gave the lotus rose red dyed, and lily white, the queenliest flower that blows.
No, not really. Just making a comment. But yeah, go back to sleep then, dude. Try to show up for tomorrow's show because or watch yesterday's. I was in a very cynical mood yesterday. It's still there. So yeah, number 2 on that one. All right, so we are. Might as well just go ahead and do the numbers.
Come to me in my dreams, and then by day I shall be well again. For so the night will more than pay the hopeless longing of the day. Come as thou cam'st 1,000 times, a messenger from radiant climes, and smile on thy new world, and be as kind to others as to me. Or as thou never cam'st in sooth, come now and let me dream it truth, and part my hair and kiss my brow, and say, my love, why sufferest thou? Come to me in my dreams, and then by day I shall be well again. For so the night will more than pay the hopeless longing of the day. Come to me in my dreams, and then by day I shall be well again. For so the night will more than pay the hopeless longing of the day.
Okay, so are you talking about the one I just played? Because it sounded like a male voice to me, or the previous one? Did I write anything here? Yeah, number 2. All right. I know there's a slight delay. Yeah. I don't know. I never thought I'd be living in proto-dystopian times. I thought it would only be things that we read about in books and watch in movies. Yeah, I like a good female vocal. Of course, I'm a fan of females in general, although most of the time they don't seem to be a fan of me. Oh well. Ugh. But I don't want to pull that thread, but that's where the cynicism comes from. Yay. All right. Longing. No. Yeah, this is Longing. Longing number 2, version 2.
Come to me in my dreams, and then by day I shall be well again. For so the night will 1,000 times, a messenger from radiant climes, and smile on thy new world and be as kind to others as to me, or as thou never canst in sooth. Come now and let me dream it truth, and part my hair and kiss my brow, and say, my love, why sufferest thou? Come to me in my dreams, and then by day I shall be well again. For so the night will more than pay the hopeless longing of the day. Come as thou never canst see. Come now and let me dream it true, and part my hair and kiss my brow, and say, my love, why sufferest thou? Come to me in my dreams, and then by day I shall be well again. For so the night will more than pay the hopeless longing of the day. Come to me in my dreams, and then by day I shall be well again. For so the night will more than pay.
I wonder why they decided to put a crowd or doing that ending. All right. Longing, this is, I'm going to read a little bit of the analysis on here. Longing expresses a longing for solace from unrequited love. Oh, yeah. Akin to other works by the author exploring themes of isolation and learning, it stands out for its brevity and use of repetition, creating a sense of urgency and an intense longing that pervades the poem. Yeah, he's a poor, pathetic sap, just like me. He was. Yep. Okay. That was both of those, wasn't it? Yeah. All right. We are going to the final track. Not the final. I'm going to play more. But we are on our final poem of the first part of the show. This is Dorothy Parker. Fable.
Oh, there once was a lady, and so I've been told, whose lover grew weary, whose lover grew cold. My child, he remarked, though our episode ends in the manner of men, I suggest we be friends. And the truest of told me of her. Oh, they lied in their teeth when they told me of her. Oh, there once was a lady, and so I've been told, whose lover grew weary, whose lover grew cold. My child, he remarked, though our episode ends in the manner of men, I suggest we be friends, and the truest of friends ever after they were. Oh, they lied in their teeth when they told me of
Hey, we all have a life, you know. No, except for me. Yes, and the snuggles. You like that? We like it when the animals snuggle with you. Mine usually don't. To get that kind of doggy loving, I got to go to my buddy's house. His dog Peanut, she loves me. uh, oh, sure, Zeitgeist. What a name for a kitty. All right, let's go here. How are you doing this morning, Tiff? We need to do another panel. I enjoyed it, although when Thomas starts talking, it's really hard to get a word in edgewise. Because, you know, I wanted to make some points, but it was fun. And then after I went off, I passed out, and I think I only woke up twice during the night to heed the, you know, the ladder calls. So yeah, and I overslept. I didn't wake up till like after 6. Yes, it is special. All right, so that was very cynical. You know, kind of fit my mood for yesterday. If you go in the thing, it'll tell you about. Okay, Fable is a satirical poem that critiques the superficiality of human relationships. Oh my lord, aren't they? Let's see here. I agree with you. Most people just want to be loved. I just had toast with a little bit of strawberry jam. I didn't even get my biscuits. I think Saturday we're also doing a Suno showcase with Echo on Kaleidoscope. So yeah, we'll find out when that is. I'll message you. No, she's yeah, right cat. Oh, okay. You can't stand cats. I have dogs. If I didn't have a dog, I'd probably have a cat. And if I had a cat, I'd be more inclined to go. Just a cat, I'd be more inclined to go on a vacation. They're less maintenance. Way less maintenance than dogs. Yep. All right. Let's play this last one here, and then we'll play some more. How's that sound?
Oh, there once was a lady, and so I've been told, whose lover grew weary, whose lover grew cold. My child, he remarked, though our episode ends in the manner of men, I suggest we be friends. And the truest of friends ever after they were. Oh, they lied in their teeth when they told me of her.
See here. Biscuits and honey. So what do you think of that? It's interesting, the male vocal, because it's obviously about written by a woman and about a man and a woman's relationship, but then a man and a man, and the man leaves the man for a woman. Maybe, but I need to do something with that one. Very nice about your artwork. I don't think I'm allergic to anything these days. Well, I'm allergic to unpleasantness, and there's a lot of freaking unpleasantness going on out there in the world. But that's why we come here, to forget about the unpleasantness for a while. Maybe touch upon it from time to time. But yes. Yes, our Joe is a woman in many counts. All right, let's play something here. I'm going to try to steer away from the cynicism. All right. Let's do this one.
All thoughts, all passions, all delights, whatever stirs this mortal frame, all are but ministers of love and feed his sacred flame. Oft in my waking dreams do I live o'er again that happy hour, when midway on the mount I lay beside the ruined tower. The moonshine stealing o'er the scene had blended with the the lights of Eve. And she was there, my hope, my joy, my own dear Genevieve.
She leant against the armored round that statue of the armed knight. She stood and listened to my lay amid the lingering light. Few sorrows hath she of her own, my hope, my joy, my Genevieve. She loves me best whene'er I sing the songs that make her grieve.
I played a soft and doleful air. I sang an old and moving story, an old rude song that suited well that ruin wild and hoary.
She listened with a flitting blush, with downcast eyes and modest grace.
For well she knew I could not choose but gaze upon her face. I told her of the knight that wore upon his shield a burning brand, and that for 10 long years he wooed the lady of the land.
I told her how he pined, and the deep, the low, the pleading tone
with which I sang another's love interpreted my own. She listened with a flitting blush, with downcast eyes and modest grace, and she forgave me that I gazed too fondly on her face.
But when I told the cruel scorn that crazed that bold and lovely knight, and that he crossed the mountain woods, nor rested day nor night, that sometimes from the savage den, and sometimes from the darksome shade, and sometimes starting up at once in green and sunny glade, there came and looked him in the face an angel beautiful and bright, and that he knew it was a fiend, this miserable night, and that unknowing what he did, he leaped amid a murderous band, and saved from outrage worse than death the lady of the land. And how she wept and clasped his knees, and how she tended him in vain, and ever strove to expiate the scorn that crazed his brain, and that she nursed him in a cave, and how his madness went away when on the yellow forest leaves a dying man he lay. His dying words, but when I reached that tenderest strain of all the ditty, my faltering voice and pausing harp disturb her soul with pity. All impulses of soul and sense that thrilled my guileless Genevieve, the music and the doleful tale, the rich and balmy, and hopes and fears that kindle hope, an undistinguishable throng, in gentle wishes long subdued, subdued and cherished long. She wept with pity and delight, she blushed with love and virgin shame, and like the murmur of a dream, I heard her breathe my name. Her bosom heaved, she stepped aside, as conscious of my look she stepped. Then suddenly with timorous eyes she fled to me and wept. She half enclosed me with her arms, she pressed me with a meek embrace, and bending back her head looked up and gazed upon my face. 'Twas partly love and partly fear, and partly 'twas
was a bashful art, that I might rather feel than see the swelling of her heart. I calmed her fears and she was calm, and told her love with virgin pride. And so I won my Genevieve, my bright and beauteous bride.
This plowman dead in battle slept out of doors many a frozen night, and merrily answered staid drinkers, good bedmen and all boors, at Mrs. Greenland's hawthorn bush. Said he, I slept, none knew which bush above the town. Beyond the drover, 100 spot the down, in Wiltshire, and where now at last he sleeps, more sound in France that to his secret keeps. This plowman dead in battle slept out of doors many a frozen night, and merrily answered staid drinkers, good bedmen and all boors, at Mrs. Greenland's hawthorn bush. Said he, I slept, none knew which bush above the town. Beyond the drover, 100 spot the down, in Wiltshire, and where now at last he sleeps, more sound in France that to his secret keeps. Above the town, beyond the drover, 100 spot the down, in Wiltshire, and where now at last he sleeps, more sound in France that to his secret keeps. I slept, none knew which bush above the town, beyond the drover, 100 spot the down, in Wiltshire, where now at last he sleeps, more sound in France that to his secret keeps.
first her form retained, they thought their hearts could ne'er recall the light of joy again. They thought the tide of grief would flow unchecked through future years, but where is all their anguish now, and where are all their tears? Well, let them fight for honor's breath, or pleasure's shade pursue. The dweller in the land of death is changed and careless too. And if their eyes should watch and weep till sorrow's source were dry, she would not in her tranquil sleep return a single sigh. Blow west wind by the lonely mound, and murmur summer streams. There is no need of other sound to soothe my lady's dream. Spring, thy impatience bloom restrain, nor wake so soon thy genial power. For deeds of death must hail thy reign, and clouds of fate around thee low. Alas, not all thy store of charms for patriot hearts can comfort find, or lull to peace the dread alarms which rack the friends of humankind. fireworks of carnage, scenes of strife. Midwinter all his frowns recall, and back his icy footsteps trace. Again the soil and frost enthrall, and check the war fiend's murderous chase. A fruitless prayer thy hand divine must on the teeming season lead, and contrast dire war's red shrine must bid unnumbered victims bleed. But not in vain if on this our fate of freedom shall depend. If o'er this earth eternal pound the scale of justice now extend. For then, O spring, thy sun shall see the patriot flame triumphant shine. Gallia shall bid the world be free, and war his blood-stained throne
Well, good morning or afternoon, evening. Welcome. I think that's what I'm having to deal with with my schooling, because especially in the poetry class, I'm the one. It's like we're in this big round, like the tables are set up in like a workshop format, and we're all around this big square. There's about 18 people in there. There's pretty fair amount of people in this class. Most of them just sit there. I sit like right beside by the professor. Malik from Egypt, welcome. It's afternoon there, ain't it? Hope you're having a good afternoon. I'm fascinated by Egyptian history and stuff. Hopefully you like what you've been hearing. Because what we do here, I take old poetry and I turn it into music. So what you heard there was a poem by, somebody. Was a poem that I made into a song. And we're going to play another one. But yeah, what I was saying here, what I was saying about here, is I'm all the time talking. And it gets kind of like, at first I'm like, okay, do these guys think I'm a know-it-all? Because I've had that done before, especially when I was growing up. I'd be talking about stuff I knew about, and the they just roll their eyes. Yeah, Brian, he knows about everything. Oh, I know about a lot of stuff. You're saving up for a record player. They got those combos. They got the record player, the CD, and the cassette tape. I actually have a record player that buddy got me, and it's just a record player. It's just a small one. I haven't played it in a long time, but I do have records. I actually have the vinyls, like Pieces of 8 by Styx, Apostrophe, and another one by Frank Zappa on vinyl. Yeah, a few others, some jazz, stuff like that. Oh, yeah, it sucks. All right, where were we? So, hello. Okay, everybody's saying that. All right, well, we're going to play another one here. And some more. Because, you know, I don't have class today. All I got is like 30 to do. So that ain't too much. All right. All right. This is a preview of something because I'm working on the redo and review probably for tomorrow or sometime this weekend. And this is I don't know if y'all remember this one. This is Ann Sexton, Woman with the Girdle, and y'all said it needed to be dirtied up with a female vocal. Well, is this dirty and female enough for you?
Your midriff sags toward your knees. Your breasts lie down in air. Their nipples as uninvolved as a warm starfish. You stand in your elastic cage, still not giving up the newborn and the old-born cycle. Moving, you roll down the garment, down that pink snapper and hoarder, as your belly, soft as pudding, slides into the empty space. Down over the surgeon's careful mark, down over hips, those head cushions and mouth cushions, slow motion like a rolling pin over crisp hairs. Amazing feel that hides your genius from your patron. Over thighs thick as young pigs. Over knees like saucers. Over calves polished as leather. Down toward the feet. You pause for a moment, tying your ankles into knots. Now you rise, a city from the sea. Born long before Alexandria was, stray away from God you have come into your redeeming scheme.
I thought you'd think so. I was excited about that one. Oh, yeah, we're going to continue playing the blues because I haven't heard this one in a while. And, we can be cynical about us not so attractive folks, but, us regular guys. But you know what? Sometimes the pretty people, they just screw stuff up just by being around. So, you know which one we're about to do here. I think it's in this one. Yep. Poor Lancelot, the Lady of Shalott, Part 3. He just screwing things up left and right.
A bow shot from a bower eaves, he rode between the barley sheaves. The sun came dazzling through the leaves and flamed upon the brazen greaves of bold Sir Lancelot. A red cross knight forever kneel to a lady in his shield that sparkled on the yellow field beside remote Shalott. Some branch of stars we see hung in the golden galaxy. The bridal bells rang merrily as he rode down from Camelot. And from his blazoned baldric slung a mighty silver bugle hung. And as he rode his armor rung beside remote Shalott. Sunlight glowed on burnished hooves. His warhorse strode from underneath. His helmet flowed, his coal black curls as on he rode, as he rode down from Camelot. From the bank and from the river he flashed into the crystal mirror. Tira-lira, tira-lira, sang Sir Lancelot. She left the loom, she made 3 paces through the room. She saw the waterflower bloom, she saw the helmet and the plume. She looked down to Camelot, out flew the web and floated wide. The mirror cracked from side to side. The curse has come upon me, cried the Lady of Shalott.
I like that one. All right, we're going to play some more here. All right. I like it. I like it. I like it. Somebody tagged me in something. Oh, well. I guess they like me. I don't know. Let's see here. Where are we at? Or they're going to bitch me out. Oh. Oh, here it is. Right here. Let's play it.
The sun came up on the left, out of the sea came he. And he shone bright, and on the right went down into the sea. Higher and higher every day, till over the mast at noon. The wedding guest here beat his breast, for he heard the loud bassoon. The bride paced into the hall, red as a rose is she, nodding their heads before her gold, the merry minstrelsy. The wedding guest, he beats his breast, yet he cannot choose but hear. And the spake from that ancient man, the bright-eyed mariner. And now the storm blast came, and he was tyrannous and strong. He struck with his oar, taking wings, and chased us south along. The bride half paced into the hall, red as a rose is she, nodding their heads before her gold, the merry minstrelsy. The wedding guest, he beats his breast, yet he cannot choose but hear. And thus spake on that ancient man, the bright-eyed mariner. And now the storm blast came, and he was tyrannous and strong. He struck with his oar, taking wings, and chased us south along. The bride half paced into the hall, red as a rose is she, no new, nodding their heads before her gold, the merry minstrelsy, the merry minstrelsy. The wedding guest, he beats his breast, yet he cannot choose but hear. And thus spake on that ancient man, the bright-eyed mariner. The bright-eyed mariner. The bright-eyed mariner. The bright-eyed mariner. The bright-eyed mariner.
Let's see here. This is my shock face. Again, refer to my previous statement. And my previous statement. This is my really, really, really shocked face. I'll just leave that one there. Because, yeah, same here. All right, I'm not done yet because I found the song I wanted to play, and yeah, but I just had to. I had to address that there, right quick. Because we're still with the Ancient Mariner dude here. Because him again, you know, poor dude just Locking it up. Right here.
The western wave was all aflame. The day was well nigh done. Almost upon the western wave rested the broad bright sun. When that strange shape drove suddenly betwixt us and the sun, and straight the sun was flecked with bars, heaven's mother send us grace. As if through a dungeon grate he peered with broad and burning face. Alas, thought I, and my heart beat loud, how fast she nears and nears. Are those her sails that glance in the sun like restless gossameres? Are those her ribs through which the sun did peer as through a grate? And is that woman all her crew? Is that a death? And are there two? Is death that woman's mate? Her lips were red, her looks were free, her locks were yellow as gold. Her skin was as white as leprosy. The nightmare life in death was she, who thinks man's blood with cold. The naked Hulk alongside came, and the twain were casting dice. The game is done, I've won, I've won, quoth she and whistled thrice. Naked Hulk alongside came, and the twain were casting dice. The game is done, I've won, quoth she and whistles thrice. Quoth she and whistled thrice. Oh, 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 quoth she and whistled thrice.
Well,
I've stayed in the front yard all my life. I wanna peek at the back, where it's rough and untended and hungry weed grows. A girl gets sick of a rose. I wanna go in the man, and maybe down the alley children play. I want a good time today. They do some wonderful things. They have some wonderful fun. My mother sneers, but I say it's fine. How they don't have to go in at quarter line. My mother, she tells me that Johnny made will grow up to be a woman that George will be taken to jail soon or late. On account of last winter, he sold our back gate, but I say it's fine. Honest, I do. And I'd like to be a better woman too. And wear brave stockings of night black lace and strut down the street with paint on my face.
All right. Let's see here. That's a good line. I think the only answer. You're just you, Sophia. Yeah. Yeah, you're right there, and of course you're right here too. It's like I said with the new adventure I'm on, being in school. Yeah, it's interesting. We're not done yet. We're gonna play another one. Get ready to put your dancing shoes on. Let's see here if I can find it. Oh, here. This was a lot better in my head. Because I needed to be in this folder to play this one.
Drum on your drums, batter on your banjos. Sob on the long, cool, winding saxophone. Go to it, oh Jasmine.
Sling your knuckles on the bottoms of the happy. Tin pans, let your trombones ooze and go hush-a. Hush-a, hush with the slippery sandpaper.
Moan like an autumn wind high in the lonesome treetops. Moan soft like you wanted somebody terrible. Cry like a racing car slipping away from a motorcycle cop. Bang, bang.
Jasmine bang all together drums.
Traps, banjos, horns, tin cans make two people fight on the top of a stairway and scratch each other's eyes in a clinch, tumbling down the stairs. Can the rough stuff now a Mississippi steamboat pushes up the night river with a hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Lanterns calling to the high soft stars. A red moon rides on the humps of the low
lies a lady of beauty and high degree of chills and fever. She died of fever and chill. The delight of her husband, her aunts, an infant of 3, and of medicals marveling sweetly on her ills. For either she burned and her confident eyes would blaze, and her fingers fly in a manner to puzzle their heads. What was she making? Why, nothing. She sat in a maze of old scraps of laces snipped into curious shreds. Or this would pass and the light of her fire decline, till she lay discouraged and cold as a thin stalk, white and blown, and would not open her eyes to kisses to wine. The 6th of these states was her last. The cold settled down. Sweet ladies, long may ye bloom, and softly I hope ye may thaw. But was she not lucky in flowers and lace and mourning? In love and great honor we bade God rest her soul. After 6 little spaces of chill and 6 of burning.
Oh, we're not done yet. Here. Yeah.
If he could know my songs are all for him, at silver dawn or in the evening glow, would he not
doth the little crocodile improve his shining tail and pour the waters of the Nile on every golden scale? How cheerfully he seems to grin, how neatly spreads his claws and welcomes little fishes in with gently smiling jaws. How doth the little crocodile improve his shining tail and pour the waters of the Nile on every golden scale? How cheerfully he seems to grin, how neatly spreads his claws and welcomes little fishes in with gently smiling jaws. How cheerfully he seems to grin, how neatly spreads his claws and welcomes little fishes in with gently smiling jaws. How doth the little crocodile improve his shining tail and pour the waters of the Nile on every golden scale? How cheerfully he seems to grin, how neatly spreads his claws and welcomes little fishes in with gently smiling jaws.
Depends on situation. Depends on the situation and the company you're in. Yeah, I like that one. How they did that one. And I'm gonna play another one. Oh, you know we've already been on for like 2 hours. Yeah, 1 hour 57. So we're going to play this one.
Break, break, break on that cold grey stone's sea. And I would that my tongue could utter the thoughts that arise in me. Oh, well, for the fisherman's boy that he shouts with his sister at play. Oh, well, for the sailor lad that he sings in his boat on the bay. And the stately ships go on to their haven under the hill. But oh, for the touch of a vanished hand and the sound of a voice that is still. Break, break, break at the foot of that crags sea. But the tender grace of a day that is dead will never come back to me.
he shouts with his sister at play. Oh well, for the sailor lad that he sings in his boat on the bay. And the stately ships go on to the haven under the hill. But oh, for the touch of a vanished hand and the sound of a voice that is still. Oh, for the touch of a vanished hand and the sound of a voice that is still. Break, break at the foot of thy crags, O sea. But the tender grace of a day that is dead will never come back to me.
Says no greater line ever written. You know, the tender grace of a day that is dead will never come back to me. All right. Yeah. Yes, it's from one the other day. I think it's either E. Cummings, Roald Dahl, or something. Believe me, I'm probably going to do a redo and review. Probably more review than redo tomorrow, and then go to school. So it's going to be a short show tomorrow. So that's why I'm playing a little extra now, and also that I want to do it. Yeah. And then we go here. Yes, because I think that was also part of the thing. And oh, it was funny as hell too. Probably. Yeah. Okay, you're talking about someone who is hilarious. Yeah. Okay. Melanie Sanders. Okay. Like I said, depends on what company you're in. As long as you're on depends on the circumstances and the company you are in. All right, let's play a couple more, and then I actually do have stuff to do. Oh no, let's do a little. Let's change the vibe up a little bit, because we do like this beehive we're in sometimes. And oh yeah, Gene Toomer, the one who did this one, Beehive. I'm going to be writing about one of her poems called Storm Ending for one of my assignments that's I got to write this weekend. So here we go. Beehive.
Within this black hive tonight, there swarm a million bees. Bees passing in and out the moon. Bees escaping out the moon. Bees returning through the moon. Silver bees intently buzzing, silver honey dripping from the swarm of bees. Earth is a waxen cell of the world comb, and I a drone, lying on my back, lipping honey, drunk with that silver honey. Wish that I might fly out past the moon and curl forever in some far-off passing in and out the moon, bees escaping out the moon, bees returning through the moon, silver bees intently buzzing, silver honey dripping from the swarm of bees. Earth is a waxen cell of the world comb, and I, a drone lying on my back, lipping honey, getting drunk with that silver honey. Wish that I might fly out past the moon and curl forever in some far-off farmyard flower. When curl forever in some far-off farmyard flower.
Yeah, I like how Suno did that one. All right, my friends. Yeah, we've been going for a little over 2 hours, so I'm going to play one more. There's those few things I want to address here, like scallywags. Yeah, you girls, you ladies, get a bunch of. You think we dudes are bad? Oh my lord! Me, I'm just the nice guy gentleman that's in the corner. All right, my friends. I'll be back tomorrow with a redo and review because I think I have time to do it today. Maybe. If not, we'll do a free play or something. But in the meantime, no. Thank you guys. You know, I know I'll see y'all around in the chats today because I'll be here reading. I don't plan on going anywhere. Nothing. No plans. No, as far as I know. Yeah. Except schoolwork. So. There ain't nothing wrong with being a little dirty. It's when it's when it's taken too far sometimes. Yeah. All right. So, like the ticker says there, have a good day, evening, afternoon, wherever you are. Like and subscribe. Tell your friends. Because, we have fun here. And, sharing is caring. That and a couple cups of coffee, huh? Oh, boy. All right. So, remember when you're out there, this is a pretty good one to end with. Always look out for the birds.
Birds are singing round my window, tunes the sweetest ever heard, and I hang my cage there daily, but I never catch a bird. So with thoughts my brain is peopled, and they sing there all day long, but they will not fold their pinions in the little cage of song. Birds are singing round my window, tunes the sweetest ever heard. And I hang my cage there daily, but I never catch a bird. So with thoughts my brain is people, and they sing there all day long, but they will not fold their pinions in the little cage of soul.
All right. Now let's see here. Well, thank you for allowing me to. And tell your friends. Yeah, because we're still stuck at 449, but who cares? Well, apparently I do. A feeling this. All right, my friends. I will see y'all out in the chats because I'll be here reading. And although I think I'm not going to let him know, but probably going to take Phil for a ride. All right. Bye. I'll see you later. And yeah, have a good one. Although I think he just heard what I said. Oh boy.